This is a special report. We're doing sort of a special show tonight about what is going on in state politics in the United States. We're doing this as a special report, I will admit, in part to try to put a spotlight on this, because the Beltway media really hasn't caught on to what's happening. The Democratic Party's base, particularly in the Midwest, they have figured it out. The media in some parts of the rest of the country, I think so far have not figured it out. And so tonight we are going to try to connect some of these dots. These are images from Lansing, Michigan. The state capitol in Lansing reportedly saw its largest protests ever this week against union stripping measures and dramatic new unilateral powers being claimed by the state's Republican administration. In Michigan, they are expecting their biggest protest yet on Tuesday of next week. Who has called for the Tuesday protest in Lansing? The AARP, the American Association of Retired Persons. That's because part of what Republican Governor Rick Snyder is trying to do in Michigan is a massive transfer of wealth. He and the state's Republicans want to raise $1.7 billion by taxing poor people and old people, and also by taxing people who want to make donations to support public schools. From those groups, they are going to extract an extra $1.7 billion. But then they will not be applying that money to fix the state's budget. They will be giving that money away to businesses, a $1.8 billion corporate tax break, taxing the old and the poor in order to give that money to corporations. A spokesman for the AARP in Michigan telling the Detroit News today that seniors are willing to do their share, but they don't want to pay for a business tax cut. He accurately called what's going on in Michigan not a cut, but rather a shift. And that's exactly right, and that's important. What they are doing in Michigan with this particular tax hike will not make that state's budget deficit any better. It just shifts resources from one group of humans, old people and poor people, to corporations. It's just a shift of the resources that the state has control over. As you might imagine, this is not a popular kind of idea.